Hey Carlo, how's it going? I'm gonna record some changes because what we realized is that Mina, that everyone was saying it's so good, it's different from the Japanese version. The global version is actually missing about 120% of its damage. So I really need to kind of record a video and tell everyone, it's not as good as we initially thought. So before she gets the Japanese change or buff, it's not worthwhile to invest her if you expect her to do what she does on the Japanese server. Hey Taro, how's it going? Let me just go grab some water. Currently don't do any story. I think I'm only at like chapter 2. It's just I want to max my team, and story is not really gonna help me. Is not gonna help me push kind of PvP. Got Nemesis last night, but she seems lackluster. Yes, okay, I'll tell you why. Okay, I actually have Nemesis now on my main team. She's super good. You can't really look at her as a explosive damage dealer. Her dark orb stacks, so she'll be better as the game goes on, right? So in arena, when you go 30 plus turns, 50 plus turns, she'll be better. But what she's really good at is her ability to prevent revives. So right now, the top PvP meta is all about reviving. So everyone has a passive that revives, or Ramu revives like 2+ people. But Nemesis disables that, so she's really good. So right now I'm actually building my Nemesis. She's 58. I'll 60 her hopefully on the next refresh. But she's super good. Definitely deserving of the 92. Yeah, hey Diamond, I'm gonna go through all of them. Starting with Ramu first, okay? Because I run Ramu in Japanese on the Japanese server, and I've been running her for my arena run. And holy shit, she's bad. We're missing about 120% of her damage on the global server right now. So I need to get this video out, record it, and then tell everyone, before they change it, don't waste resources. Yeah, I can show you. Even at level 58, I use her and she's useful in top 10 PvP. What do you think is the best arena team right now? I think Cain, Ruby. I would run instead of Deimos and Karen, take one out and put Nemesis in for offense, because you're gonna be fighting a lot of people with revives, so you want to disable their revive. I'll show you some top 10 PvP in a sec. Yeah, the benefits are crystals, and then you get rewards by clearing through kind of the quest line. Yeah, thank you. We actually hit, I think, almost 5K on my Japanese version of the reroll guide, and then I think the newest one is over 1K as well. Yeah, Nemesis is slow. That's the issue. But if she gets her thing off, I probably have to stack speed. But if she gets her thing off, she's super strong, right? It's just that Mina is not doing anything right now. So what I might do is, if Nemesis is not doing it, I have to consider. I have to consider someone else. Ramu, you can build her tank. Yeah, don't swap out Cain. Cain is so good. Right now in Arena, because of how the turn system works, Cain can actually solo 1v3, even sometimes 1v5. Alternative, there are alternatives, but they're not out yet for the global server. Yeah, no, don't. I mean, if you really can't find any 6 stars, I guess you can go 5. But the thing is, with 6-star runes, 2 of the 6-star substats will be better at plus 15 than 3 of the same substats of a 5-star rune at plus 15. Okay, so I guess I'll make a video for this too on YouTube then. Let me just write down the time for this, just kind of showcasing some arena fights. Yeah, sure. You can send a friend request. Yeah, Ruby is super good. Usually you just go attack, speed, and HP for your runes right now. Alright, so I'll just make the video for YouTube. So let me write down the time mark. Okay. Alright, hello Twitch and YouTube. Tomias here again. And today we're gonna do a quick, just I guess 2 or 3 top 10 PvP arena runs, just to kind of see what people are running at top 10 and how some of the best PvP units are functioning. I actually swapped my Mina out, because what happened is, I'll make another video for it, because Mina's passive is different in the Japanese version than the global version, so she is a lot weaker on the global server, almost missing 120% of her damage output. I'll put another video describing why and what passive she's missing, but until then I would suggest not focusing on Mina. So here I had Mina as my slot 5, right? And I swapped her out for Nemesis. Nemesis is actually really good because she's a counter to a lot of the arena teams. Okay, so let's say here we have a Deimos, without a passive, so he can revive. So our main person to focus is if we can get the revive disable on either Ashley or Mary. Sorry chat, I'll answer some of your questions after I finish this video. So just hold on for now. Alright, so I've set my speed pretty high for my Ruby and my Cain. So usually I open with just wanting to kind of spread damage to see their HP and defense. Because in this game, Deimos doesn't have his revive passive, so we can safely try to kill. Ashley, and the only revive that's going to be coming out is going to be Ramu's revive. Okay, so we got hit by Mary's ult, which is giving us two disables for reviving. So we need to get rid of that. Okay, so none of ours triggered for the Nemesis passive. Okay, so I have a lot of revives just because I have Deimos. Right now, I'm in a good position. Ramuh's turn will probably revive Ashley, so I'm just gonna save up for some of my attacks for the revive, so I can kill Ashley when Ashley comes back again. Yep, so Ashley's back. We're gonna try to burst Ashley down again so he can revive. Okay, so Ashley is down for good. And then next I want to get rid of Mary. Because Cain, I usually leave Cain kind of to last unless I have a burst attack that can kind of catch him. So right now he doesn't have any of his passive unlocked, I think. Or it has unlocked but not activated, I'm not sure. So right now I'll get a free hit. Yeah, and you can see my Cain's passive is unlocked, so any incoming damage becomes a heal, and I get almost 100% retaliate. Yeah, so it's a pretty easy fight. My Nemesis isn't built right now because I spent a lot of resources on Mina, only to find out that she's different from the Japanese version. So, which is fine. I probably max my my Nemesis today in a few hours when the timing resets. Okay, I'll do maybe 2 more. Hopefully we get a different composition. Okay, so this is kind of like a similar composition. There's lots of revives, and I'm gonna skip this one because his point's a bit low. Usually I want to find someone who's a bit higher. Okay, but I guess that's a bit low too. But at least it will be an easy fight. So you can kind of spend some gold to refresh, either for someone who has high points or someone who has really low team power. Okay, so because I know that a lot of their units don't have the revive passives, I can go really aggressive and not try to kind of stall it out, right? So right now I already procced Ramuh's turn. If it's Ramuh, she's gonna revive Deimos right away. So I want to use passive and make Cain do 30% more damage, as well as strip the buff if I can. Yeah, so I removed the buff from Ashley. So I really like Electra's shield, but Ruby completely counters it. If Ruby gets her passive, I think, off, and then it just removes the entire shield. Yeah, see, you saw how 2 of the shields were removed right there, and Ru also removes shield. So this composition is pretty good anti-meta, anti-shield meta. Okay, so Ashley's stacking up his damage over time, and I think it's time to kind of take care of him first. Okay, so the passive got off, and then Deimos got the passive so that he cannot be revived, so I want to burst Deimos down into 2 turns. Right, so Deimos is down and no revive from Ramuh. This is much better when it's higher arena with people running almost triple revives, Karen, Deimos, and Ramuh. But again, right now my Nemesis is not fully built, so I'm not gonna challenge a full team of 60. Yeah, and you can see that she's gaining dark orbs, which will make her a really good late game kind of arena damage dealer. So don't be upset that, you know, Nemesis is not putting out the amount of damage that you want her to be putting out. She's mainly there in the beginning to kind of help you prevent revives, and then later on she can do a lot. And the buff is nice too. Okay, so we'll just wait 10 seconds and do one last one, and I'll end the video with just the 3 top 10 arena. Okay, so this team is a bit too weak. I don't think it will be a fair showcase, so I'm going to skip. Points a bit low for what it's going to bring. It's got 2 revives. Okay, we can try this one. So again, I only see Nemesis getting better and better, just because that revive will be more and more common. So Ruby's Cain. Okay, so Deimos is gonna go pretty fast. So the heal is gonna come out. Then there's really no need. Let's see how much burst I can do then. Okay, so I can almost kill him. Yeah, a lot of times what I do is I actually use my 3rd skill on Cain and combo that with my 3rd skill on Ruby and just kill someone off the bat. But again, the issue with that is if they got a reviver and it's before my Nemesis's turn, then they'll just come back. Alright, let's hope Nemesis lands at least 2 or 3. Okay, so 1 on Cain. Sorry, on Deimos. So we can burst Deimos down. And also 1 on Cain. Deimos is down, cannot be revived. And we can try to go for Cain because Cain also has the debuff. One cool trick is that you can click your icon and then you can see all the debuffs and buffs enemy has. So right now we can see Cain has the revive unavailable, but also has the damage absorption. So any damage restores HP. So we don't want to go for him. Alright, I'm gonna try to remove some buffs off of Ashley with Rue. Okay, that failed, which is fine. So let's see the turn order. Ruby, Cain, Ashley. Okay, we can kill Ashley, and then he's probably gonna come back from Ramu, which is alright. Okay, so I don't want him to get too much value out of Ramu's revive, but I don't think I can kill Cain before Ramu triggers. Yeah, okay, so Ashley's back, and then we're just gonna bring him down really quick. Okay, so now we have a turn to actually kill Cain. So Cain is actually the highest threat in the arena ever. So if you have a turn where his passive is not triggered and you have a chance to kill him, I would just say go for it. Alright, so this game is pretty much in the bag. I could do a revive and she'll come back with full CD, and let's see if we can disable kind of the revive. Okay, so the revive didn't kick in. Alright, and here we can kill the enemy Ruby and give more attack to Cain. So Nemesis' second skill, which gives critical chance buff and gives herself a dark orb, is actually a really, really good skill. So even though she's not a pure damage dealer in that sense, her kit is fantastic for arena. And also later on, you'll be fighting a lot of bosses or scenarios where the enemy is gonna have revive. So having Nemesis definitely will help. Okay, so we're now at number 5 for arena, and I'm not gonna wait for another ticket to recharge. So that's kind of the gist of how top arena is right now. People is running lots of revive. Let's see, the first place, Mina revives, and Deimos revives. It just gets really annoying, right? So having a Nemesis in your back pocket is definitely gonna help. So yeah, I'll catch you guys next time. Alright, okay. Sorry guys, I'm gonna answer the questions now. Just recording a video. Can you retype your questions? So you got Cain, Deimos, Nemesis, about free Becca. Okay, I don't think you need to pull. If you're free to play, I'd rather you save the gems for getting tickets and for getting stamina refills, so that you can max your core team fast. Okay. There will. I don't think there will ever be a ticket selector for Cain, because in Japan he's not either, right? There will be banner events for Cain where it's gonna be like, I think 4.5% SSRs and half of the time it's him or something. But there will not be a ticket selector in the foreseeable future. If you're a semi-spender, what you should do is focus on getting your team to level 50 and then limit break all of them to level 60. Okay, because if you can spend, then fodders is not going to be that big of a problem. So get them to level 60, and once everyone's level 60, work on the runes. And then talents. Talents are super important. Make sure that you give your main damage dealer the level 60 talent first. Like for example, Cain's level 60 talent changes him completely almost. And then Deimos' passive level 60 is pretty much a free res for the entire team. And also you don't need previous talents to unlock your level 60 talent. So I actually skip a lot of the talents previously, so I can unlock level 60 talents on more of my units. Accuracy sub. Yeah, I don't see that much use for accuracy sub right now. Maybe later, but I don't see any use right now. What's the best advent? Well, the furthest you can go on auto, right? Arthox, you got Deimos and Cain. You should not pull. Deimos and Cain are super good. For limit breaks, just make sure you do all the dungeons. That's the most important. So like here, this one, you should be doing all of these evil dungeons. So I haven't done mine, so I'll do them right now. Okay, I'll put this on auto so I can answer some more questions. Problem with security alert 1 Nox. Yeah, so that you need to update to the latest Nox, so 6.1.1 from bignox.com. I don't think it's bad resources to invest on Becca. Becca hits pretty hard, and Becca also has the mark skill, so she's actually a better investment than Mina at the moment. Yes, I have talents for I think 4 out of 5 units on my team. No, 3 out of 5. So I got Cain's talent, level 60 talent. I got Deimos level 60 talent, and I got Ruby's level 60 talent. My next one would be Rue's level 60 talent, and then I don't think I'll unlock Nemesis level 60 talents. Just 30% more damage on targets who cannot be revived, right? So if you cannot be revived, you're pretty much screwed anyways. Where do I farm Advent? I haven't been farming Advent because I've been pushing my team to level 60 and also farming for runes. Yeah, sure. I'll open my guild. It's currently, we created I think in less than 24 hours because I spent some time rerolling and then I decided to just go with it. But once the guild is upgraded and we can open more slots, we'll definitely open it up. But make sure you join our Discord because we coordinate chat and events there. So if you're not in our Discord, then later when we do cleanups, you'll most likely be kicked. So I'll leave the Discord channel here. Yeah, so even if you have a guild or don't have a guild, you can feel free to join our Discord. We have, I think, five or six full guilds, and 2 of them are already level 5. I think we'll have the server first level 10 most likely because we hit level 5. Like one of the guild hit level 5, I think 6-8 hours ago. So it's gonna be super fast. So right now you have Cain, Ruby at 4 purple, 2 purple Rue, Deimos 0. Yeah, put it on Nemesis because Nemesis, the first purple gives you like 10% attack, right? So that's always good for stats. You can get Advent instances from buying packs. White Dark Selector packs. Yeah, if you're missing some key units, you can do it. Only if you really want the knights. Like Ramu is really good, Deimos is really good, or if you're missing a damage dealer, Ashley is actually kind of great. Until people have Ellie, I think, the one that negates damage over time, they have a backup version of that, then Ashley is going to do a lot. I'm not too deep into the rune system right now. I just pick speed, attack, and HP. I need to go into the Japanese arena to kind of take a look at what they're running at the top 10. Yeah. So after I finish this fodder dungeon, I'll make the video for why Mina sucks right now, so that people don't waste resources. Yeah, fast Nemesis is good. I think fast Nemesis is the way to go because she'll scale really good later on with dark orbs anyways, right? So in the beginning, what you want her to do is to go first so that she can get her debuffs out, because the more times you go, the more you can prevent revives with your first attack, first attack and third attack. So the faster your turn comes, the more attacks you get in the cycle, and then the more likely your passive is going to trigger. I think you should clear chapter 2 at least, because you unlock arena, right? Or you can get a free SSR by clearing the tower. You can get Marduk by clearing towers. I'm not sure when that unlocks. Oh yeah, definitely. If you got a Cain plus Deimos, then restart. Let me know when you do, or at least make some donations to the guild before you switch out, okay? Yeah, if you get, yeah, Cain Deimos for sure. Like even if you're like if a team of 60, I would restart. Yeah, 1 day behind is not that big of a deal. It's only like when the first few rush days, like people are going crazy, but it's fine. Like later on, everyone's gonna be level 60. Everyone's gonna have max purple star, max talents. So it's then becomes more of a composition encounter. Yeah, well, you got Cain at Deimos, right? So congrats. Let me check if we can upgrade the guild. If not, then I'll make the video about Mina first. Yeah, it's still not available. I think, when did we create it? I think we created it, maybe we still have like 3 hours, 4 hours to go. You can get high rank really fast if you just farm the rune dungeon. So the hell rank rune dungeon, it gives tons of experience, and the best part is it pretty much resets your rank every few runs. So when you level up, it refills your when you level up, it refills your stamina. So really, you're only using a few pots, and you can rank up really fast, and you're getting runes along with it. I got Becca, Rue, Esna, Mary, and Karen. Is that a good start? Yeah, it's alright. I think it's pretty good. You want a damage dealer. So based on your lineup, I would actually go for Ashley. Okay, so 2 hours? Alright. I'm gonna be pumping some gems and gold, and hopefully we can also push it to level 3, level 4. Okay, alright, I'll make the video about why Mina sucks right now. Just let me get everything set up because I need to get my Japanese account ready too. Yeah, that's a really good lineup. Cain, Nemesis, Ruby, Deimos, and Rebecca. Yeah, it's good. Hello, Summer. Yeah, the Japanese Moriana, Carly banners are really good. Okay, to be honest, in the beginning people were recommending just pull from the normal banner because your pool is less diluted, and you're more likely to get the unit you want, which the top 3 is Cain, Ruby, and Rue, right? But someone did math calculation and found out that no, it's not actually true. If you do dark or white knight banners, you actually have a higher chance of getting everything. So if you're gonna draw for these SSRs anyways, why not have an additional chance to pull like a white knight or dark knight? Am I twitching? Probably not. I have to go in about 1 hour, like 45 minutes, and then I need to sort some stuff out. And then maybe later tonight I can stream, depending on when I come back. Or I come back in 1 hour and then I can stream. Yeah, Lifa's good. Lifa is actually one of the more common units used in PvE. So let's look at, we can take a quick look at what the Japanese top players are running at the moment. So right now they have Mina, because their Mina is actually good. Carly, Moriana, and this is, I think, this is the guild. You can exchange her with guild coins. How do I get so much gold? Oh, this is a Japanese server. So yeah, here, Carly, Ruby, Karen, and Mina, Cain, Mina. So we don't have Shido either, but you can see Mina is almost in every team, right? Yeah, Lifa is really good, especially for PvE. Actually, Karen's not bad. They're not bad, but people they reroll because they want to get, you know, those exclusives that you can only get from pulling, right? You can get a dark pick, night pick ticket to go for Ashley and Karen, stuff like that. Alright, okay, so I'll make the video right now on why Mina on global is just not worth it right now. Can you guys hear me fine? Is the music okay? Because I'll probably upload this on YouTube after I'm done. Alright, cool. Alright, hello Twitch and YouTube, Tamias here again. Today we're actually going to have a really important video to kind of show you guys so you don't waste any further resources at the moment. So I know in the previous videos and also on the Discord channel, Reddit post, that people are recommending Mina as one of the top tier units in just general, like arena, PvE, PvP, and she is in the Japanese server, okay? We'll take a look at why she is not that good on the global server. So she might get a patch later, she might not, but our version is different enough compared to the Japanese server that it doesn't justify dumping resources into her if you're hoping that she will do as much as she can in the Japanese server. So let's just take a look at her passive skills first. Okay, so on the passive, you can see that her base passive is obtain 3 globes at the start of the wave. So the globes that surrounds her, and then when she uses skill 1, skill 2, she gets an additional globe up to a maximum of 3, and then when she dies, she can revive and restore 30% of HP per globe. Yeah, pretty good. So that means she's going to keep coming back. Her level 60 talent is that if Mina has any globes when she dies, expand all globes, and she can revive up to 3 times and restore 15% of HP. So that means when you die and you have 3 orbs, you're able to come back 3 times and heal to full pretty much every single time. That's why she's really, really good. Okay. And her first skill is just inflicts damage and a chance to charm, and if the target is charmed, they cannot do anything. And second skill is basically 3 targeted damage plus charm, and her S3 is expands all of her globes to inflict damage equal to 120%, and there's 35% chance to inflict ignore defense with 25% of the attack. And also, if you have 3 or more globes expanded for this skill, then it's a 25% chance to stun. So yeah, it looks great on paper. She's a lot more control, I guess. But if you look at the Japanese version, you'll see why she scored 96 on the Japanese tier list. But now I'm saying that she is not even a fraction of what she is on the global server. So we have the Mina. This is the Mina in the Japanese server. Her first skill is when your battle starts, you get 3 orbs, and when you use your first and second orb, you get another orb, and up to a maximum of 3, and you can come back if you die with orbs, and each orb heals for 30% HP, and this can happen 3 times in a battle, right? So again, 3 revives, and you have 3 orbs. That's 90% HP per revive, which is great. Okay. But this is what's making her busted on the Japanese server, and we don't have this talent. So her level 60 talent on the Japanese server is each orb gives her 30% attack damage, and also when you're attacking a target that's charmed, increase another 30%, give 30% as extra damage. So if you 3 orbs, that's 90% of your damage as extra damage, and another 30% if the target is charmed. So we're missing out on potentially 120% of damage, right? Because you can use your S1 to attack, and then at the end of that, the target can be charmed. And a lot of people run speed and multi-attack on her, so you can just see her throw out orbs after orbs after orbs, and it does insane damage. But on the global version, our passive at level 60 is Mina's passive at level 1. Okay, this is the built-in innate passive, and it's nerfed too. It's 15% per globe per heal, and the Mina at level 1 gets 30% per globe per heal on revive. Okay, so we don't have the level 60 damage talent that makes her just go nuts in later stages of the arena, because we're missing out on essentially 120% of the damage. The Japanese version, the Mina can control, she can come back, so constantly revive herself and do damage. That's why she scored so high on the Japanese tier list. But right now, the global version Mina is just not as good. And I was wondering why my Mina was only doing 3 digits on in arena, where my Mina on Japanese server is doing 2k per orb attack. So 3 is like 6k damage. But yeah, so you really should take this into note when you're building her. So make sure you don't waste your resources, because I think the units in global and Japan are completely different, and we really need to kind of review the skills. I'm gonna do more videos comparing different units to see if you know, the top ranked units on the Japanese server is as good in global. So just stay tuned. I'll have more videos on the way. Yeah, Valkyrie, I actually think Mina is pretty busted on the Japanese server. It's just do it all, you know? Come back 3 times, heal to full, hit you for a shit ton, and has CC. But it's fine. It's just that, you know, I should have read it. I should have read the skill description instead of wasting kind of resources to 60 her, so I hope this video helped people. Yeah, so I'm gonna check out, that's right Neko, I'm gonna check out Cain, Ruby, and Rue next to see if they are really as good as, you know, how things are in Japanese. So give me 1 second. Okay, is sound working now? Can you guys hear me? Testing, testing. Hello, 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 hello. Testing, testing. Is my music too loud? Is my mic too loud? Alright, cool. Good, good, good. There's no music. I think it's just very quiet because I don't want the music to kind of override my my voice. Alright, cool. Let's start. So, hello Twitch. There is music. The sound is too low. Okay. Alright, hello Twitch and YouTube. Welcome again. Tamias here. So we just did a Mina review, looking at how the global version is different from the Japanese version and how, I guess, a lot weaker it is because we don't have the insane talent that makes Mina do 120% more damage. Okay, so now that we know that global is definitely different, we're gonna look at the big three that everyone's so excited about, the Cain, Ruby, and Rue, to see how different they are compared to their Japanese counterparts, and to see if, you know, it's really worth it getting those three top units, worth the hours of countless rerolling for that arena push. Okay, so let's take a look at Cain first. So Cain in Arena is just a really good anti-heal, counter-attack, multi-attack beast, okay? So if we look at the first skill, it's 100% attack with a chance to disable heal, fantastic. And the next skill is AoE, 3 targets, 110% attack, and a chance to decrease heal. And then third skill is penetration damage. of 300%. Okay, that's really, really good, right? Because there's lots of heals in Arena. If you can disable it, it's fantastic. So her, Cain's, his innate talent is 30% chance to awaken untamed nature. So he goes kind of like crazy with the aura around him in the arena, and increase multi-attack and counter-attack by 80% for 2 turns. And when the enemy recovers HP, increase attack by 10% for 2%. So I'm guessing this is for every 2% of HP recovered, we get 10% of attack, stacking up to 5 stacks, so 50% attack. I'm not sure how the wording makes sense here, but you just have to know that he can turn into a counterattack and multi-strike beast in PvP. And then his level 60 talent is do 50% more damage attacking support enemies, and when you have your untamed nature up, it has a 100% chance to absorb damage. So this is the game-breaking talent he has. So sometimes in arena you're fighting a Cain, and you kill everything and the Cain's the only guy left. Instantly he goes into untamed nature, and all the damage you're doing is healing him, and he just counterattacks, multi-attacks, and suddenly your team is dead. Okay, that's what makes Cain a super amazing unit, because you can't heal against him. You're not doing damage, you're healing him, right? So it's really, really fantastic, and everyone recommends rerolling for Cain. So now if we look at the Japanese version, okay, so the first skill is the same, the second skill is also the same, and the third skill is the same as well, so no changes here. And now we look at the innate talent. It's a 50% chance to go into it has 50% chance to go into the untamed nature version when the enemy heals. So the enemy has to heal, and then you have a 50% chance of going into that phase, and you gain 100% counterattack and multi-attack, and also you get 30% attack increase when you're in that untamed version, and it stacks up to 5, so he can gain 150% attack ups. So this is based on the fact that when enemy heals, you have 50% chance of gaining this untamed stance, and then it can keep stacking all the way up to 150%. So that's really, really good. And I think this one is the same, the level 60 talent, 50% more damage to support types, and when you enter untamed stance, you kind of absorb damage, 100% of the damage. And also when you attack, when you get attacked, 100% chance that the attacker who attacks you has 100% heal block, so heal decreased by 100%. So I'd say again, the Japanese version is a bit stronger, but I think our Cain is still fantastic. Okay, so definitely worth rerolling for. Here it's just we have a 30% flat to enter untamed nature when enemy recovers HP. For the Japanese version, it's 50%. So 20%, yeah, not make or break, but they get 30% attack while we get 10% attack. So I guess it's a bit more balanced, I would say, but he's still really good PvP. Okay, so moving on, we look at Ruby. So Ruby was, people said Ruby is the counter to Cain, which is true. When you're playing against a Cain in PvP, Ruby can really screw him up because her passive can get rid of the untamed stance. So if we look at the skills, just take a quick look. So she has good modifiers, and she decreases her second skill cooldown when she uses her first and second skill. So essentially you're going to be doing 200% damage a lot of the times. And then her first innate passive is 80% chance to remove defense or attack buffs at the start of your turn. So this is a fantastic passive because it can remove Cain's untamed stance. It can get rid of attack buffs. It can get rid of shields as well. And her 60 talent is 50% chance to reduce all cooldowns, all skill cooldowns, your own, when you're attacked, and restore 20% HP when cooldown is decreased. So this makes her very sustainable because she gets attacked, cooldown gets released, she essentially heals for 20%. And when she attacks, she can also heal for 20%. So this level 60 passive talent is super good by making her become a sustainable damage dealer. Now if we look at the Japanese version, it's the same. Skill 1, skill 2, and skill 3, with skill 1 and 2 decreasing skill 2's cooldown. And okay, so this is the difference. In the Japanese version, at your start of your turn, there's a 100% chance for you to remove all enemy attack and defense type characters and remove all of their buffs. So I'm not sure if it's a translation error, and this only removes attack and defense buffs on perhaps all characters, but Ruby in the Japanese version removes everything, all buffs from defense and attack type. So Cain, doesn't matter how many stacks or how many buffs he has, it just be stripped when it's Ruby's turn. So you can just use S3 or S2 to burst Cain down, right? That's why the Ruby is hailed as the counter to Cain, because she gets her turn, debuffs everyone. Cain doesn't have the take damages heal, and then Ruby just opens with S2 or S3 and kills Cain. And her level 60 passive talent in Japanese server is when you take an attack, 50% chance of reducing all cooldowns by 1 turn. Yeah, so this is the same. So you heal for 20% for all skill cooldowns. So Ruby is somewhat the same, but on the global server, I'm not sure how this is worded or how it applies. I have to do more testing. But if it's 80% chance to remove all attack and defense buffs to all characters, that's good. It's less of a counter to Cain, but more of a counter to everyone, right? I guess that's why they put down the 80% chance instead of 100% chance. Whereas the Japanese, there's a 100% chance to remove all attacker types and all defense unit types buffs. So I think she's still very, very good. Last but not least, Rue. So Rue has been kind of hailed as the unit that really helps with supporting your healer and kind of providing revives and then removing debuffs, and also as cleansing enemy debuffs, enemy buffs. So her first skill is you kind of attack 3 targets. 3 targets. Okay, so we have confirmation from chat that Ruby removes all enemy attack and debuff defense buffs for 80%. So this is good. This is good. I can live with that. So instead of 100% removal on attackers and defenders, you get team-wide removal with a lower chance. That's fine. Okay, so back to Rue. Rue's first skill is kind of a 3-target attack, and kind of has a chance to remove buff. That's quite low. Her second skill though is restores 3 targets, well, 1 ally and 2 adjacent, for 30%, and removes all debuffs, and also grants debuff immunity pretty much for 2 turns. So this is fantastic on a pretty short cooldown as well. And then her ultimate is where it really shines. The S3 revives an ally and restores 40% of her HP, the revived ally's HP. And then the ally turn comes more quickly, means the ally actually gets to go right after Rue. So the ally gets revived and goes right after, gets attack increased by 25%, and the cooldowns reset. So it's very, very flexible. You can revive a healer and AoE heal the entire team, for example Deimos, or you can revive an attacker and use S3 to burst someone down. Let's look at her passive. Her innate passive removes damage, immunity, and shields from all enemies. So this is super good. It's 100% chance, right? Because it doesn't give you a percentage. And restore HP HP of the caster and the ally with the lowest HP when the caster tries to. Okay, so when you remove immunity and shields, you get a 20% heal on Rue and your lowest ally. And also, actually, when you use your first skill, 35% chance to remove buffs It also heals, right? Because it's trying to remove the enemy's buff. But you get, again, 20% heal. So this is fantastic. And I'm pretty sure it stacks as well. So let's say you attack 3 people and you remove 2 buffs. That's 40% heal for Rue and for your ally with the lowest HP. And now her level 60 talent is fantastic as well. So you remove 1 abnormal status from all allies at the end of your turn. So pretty much you're cleansing your entire team for free at the end of your turn. And when an attack that's gonna kill you, you activate Resolve. So how Resolve works is, I think you're just left with 1 HP, and you just don't die for that turn or for that damage instance. So let's say someone hits you for 3,000 and you have 20 HP, you just go down to 1 HP, but you cling on, right? And it restores when she dies. Restore all HP. Ally HP by 30% and decrease all skill cooldowns by 1 turn upon death. So when she dies, she'll be healing your entire team for 30% and decreasing skill cooldowns by 1 turn. And this has some form of nice synergy with Ruby, because this means a 20% or 30% heal for Ruby, right? Because it's decreasing cooldown. Okay, now if we look at the Japanese version, Rue has a higher chance on skill 1. It's 50% chance to remove buffs, but it's removing 1. So, okay, it's also 1 here. So instead of 35%, it's 50% on the Japanese server. And the second skill is you heal for 35% and remove all debuffs. Okay, so the second skill is pretty much the same. Okay, third skill is very different though. Third skill is you revive a target for 100% of the HP, and then for 2 turns gain 75% attack. So instead of the speed up where it's pushing the ally to go right after Rue, you get a 75% attack buff. To be honest, I actually prefer the global version then, because sometimes you just need that emergency revive into a team heal by Deimos, or you need an emergency revive into, let's say, a Cain or a Ruby for just straight up killing the enemy Cain. So I actually like the global version better in this case, and also reset the cooldown. Okay, and then let's see your passives. Passives is at the start of your turn. Okay, so this is the same. Remove shields and heal for 20% of the lowest ally and Rue if a buff is removed. But this is at the start of the turn, whereas the global version, Rue's skill is at the end of the turn. Okay, so it's better on the Japanese server for this. Okay, and then her level 60 talent is at the end of your turn, remove, also cleanse 1 debuff each on all allies, and if you get a fatal blow, okay, you have resolve. So this part is the same. You avoid death once. Okay, but this is different. Holy, if you die, your team gets healed 100% and 2 turns of cooldown reduction. So for global, we have, what do we have? We have a 30% heal on death for the team and a cooldown reduction of 1 turn. But Rue on the Japanese server is 100% heal for the entire team and a 2 turn cooldown reduction. So, yeah, I think this is better. Even though in the global server we have the push, the revival target to go right after you, I think this is just much better. If Rue dies, 100% team heal, 100% team heal plus 2 turn cooldown. That is insane. And you get to remove damage, shields, and invincibility at the beginning of your turn. Yeah, I'd say the Japanese version better. Okay, so the final verdict, the big 3 that everyone's talking about: Ruby, Cain, Rue, that everyone wanted to reroll to get them for PvP arena. I personally think they are still really, really good and worth the time to do it. I really think so. Just because, okay, they were OP back in Japan, but now they're more balanced, which is great, right? That means you get more variety in arena, you get more opportunities for other units to shine. For example, I already saw Seiya, or I'm not sure which other unit, which did incredible AoE penetration damage. So I think this is great because we're going to have a different meta than Japan, and the people are going to be trying to figure out what's really good, what's not good, and we have our own kind of community to test things out, right? Because if everything is the same as Japan, then we will just follow whatever Japan does, and because they have more resources, we can always kind of log in to see what they're running and just copy and paste. I don't think that's fun. So I'm glad they kind of tuned down the some of the really strong units from Japan and made it more viable for people to try other units in global. So yeah, that's my thought. I still think it's worthwhile to go for the big three: Ruby, Cain, and Ru. But yeah, I wish I knew Mina though before this, because I wasted a lot of resources on her only to find out that she sucks. Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna do some. I'll answer some questions. I'm sorry, because I had to do the video, so I wasn't really answering questions. Can you retype your questions? Yeah, exactly, right? Now we know that they're not as OP as, you know, as we originally thought it would be. Well, they're still really strong, but just not as insane, right? Well, actually, I'm gonna record this video. So this is a perfect showcase of a team that has really high team class rating. But I don't think this team is like super well built. So we're gonna take a challenge and try to beat this one down. So this is non-passive Deimos, non-passive Ashley, but passive. Okay, got it. We can try to take this team down. So you can see he's his rating is higher, his team class is higher, but I think our team will have no trouble taking down this team. What runes to keep? All 6 stars. Go for attack, speed, and HP. Alright, so because I know there's no revive, I can probably burst down... well, Mary has a revive. I can probably burst down the biggest threat, which is most likely Ashley in this case. Or I can use the elemental advantage, just kill Deimos, and then that'll prevent the AoE heal. So we'll go with that, yeah. So I'm gonna definitely do enough damage to kill Deimos. So he's not going to get his AoE heal off at all. Right, now I want to buff my Cain. And I want to get rid of the debuffs that they've been stacking. Okay, so I got a revive unavailable from Mary, which is kind of bad. So I'm gonna try to see if I can. Okay, so perfect. This is the best case scenario. Now I have the revive unavailable debuff on Mary, so I'm gonna be able to kill her, and she won't get her turn. So you can see the Phoenix. The Phoenix usually means that the target has a revive. So I saved my rubies. I saved my rubies S3, and now I can just kill her. she won't be coming back. So this is how a good team fight kind of panned out. I planned my my skills around, you know, what talents are unlocked for the enemy, and how kind of they'll be reacting to my skills. For example, I bursted down Deimos because I know he doesn't have the revive passive, so the only thing he's gonna do is the AoE heal. So I can burst him down with my speedy Cain and speedy Ruby before he casts anything, and I wanted to use Nemesis to disable the revive from Mary. Yeah, so again, showcasing how it's okay if you see a team with higher class or team class power than you, or higher arena rating. As long as you know what your team can do and what it can capitalize on, you'll have no problem. Alright, additional HP recovery, I think it's more healing received. I'm not 100% sure though. I think it's more healing received. What rune would I go for? Rue? I would put some HP, some speed. How many summons? Ooh. I think I did. So it's what, 110 summons per. I think I must have done at least 400 summons. Okay, maybe not that much. Okay, I'm not an expert on rune building right now, okay? So what I would do is I actually would just do speed, attack, and HP as most substats, and then once people figure out, you know, what we really should be building, then we can decide. Yeah, so here you saw my my Rue goes before my Nemesis, and I wanted to use kind of the first skill of Rue to get a 3 attack to eliminate the shields from Deimos, right? So now when my Nemesis goes after my Rue, she can AoE and it's gonna hit them. Okay, so and I got Mary on the revive disable, so I'm gonna burst Mary down, and boom, just like that. Yeah, exactly. You don't really get what you want all the time, so I would say just try farming your best. So here Ramuh should be reviving now, and she will only be able to revive the Nemesis. Yep, because we use our Nemesis to disable revive on the Mary. That's why I think with our Mina so shitty, I guess, or I guess balanced and more of a CC role, Nemesis is definitely going to be super good in top arena because everyone's going to run Cain, Deimos, and all that jazz. And Ramuh, just super annoying. Ramuh at level 60, she's going to revive herself. So even if you focus her down, she'll come back and revive her team. So yeah, if you have Nemesis, I would really recommend building one because it's going to help you a lot with countering some of these revives. Yeah, don't worry too much about rune right now. Like I don't even have all my rune slots filled. I think 4 of the 5 people I have are missing what? At least 1 rune. Okay, if you want to push for, okay, if you're not a free-to-play player, kind of like a spender, and you want to push for arena, or push for just maxing your team as soon as possible, don't do maps. The scenario give you lots of gems, which is great for free-to-play players, but don't do maps because it actually slows down your progression. Kind of, you should be farming runes throughout the day when you can, and then when you go to sleep, put your phone or emulator on auto farm for the talent potion dungeons, because talent potion dungeons doesn't have a box limit, so you can keep doing it until you run out of stamina refills. So you just keep doing it, and when you wake up, you can unlock talents, which are quite important for your units. Okay, I'm gonna end the stream probably in about 15 minutes because I have to go. Maybe I'll come back and do some more streams later, but yeah, if you have any questions, now is the time. How do you get all these top units? A lot of people reroll. I tried rerolling, but I was fed up, so I just spent money. Yeah, guys, go finish your dailies. Make sure you do your dungeons, especially your evil dungeons. How do you get your units to evolve faster? Do the evil dungeons, like Zalkri said. Okay, so I need to check who got the debuff because I was reading chat. So Damien got it. Okay, Abo got it. So 2. Okay. Yeah, see, you can see how Nemesis is fantastic in this setup. I just got 2 people who got the revive prevention buff, debuff. And then right away I was able to pick those 2 off so that Ramuh cannot revive them. So when it's Ramuh's turn right now, if she's planning to revive, she can only revive the unit in the middle. And I just kill her again. Yeah, there is no real-time PvP right now, okay? So what's happening is you're playing against AIs, and the higher the level the opponents are, kind of their ranking in arena, the more difficult the AI is. So they will be targeting like actual low HP targets using skills to dispel or buff. So the higher you climb in arena, the more difficult the AIs get. Aside from evil, quests give evil stuff. You can kind of buy them at shops and stuff, I think. Well, there would be no. Japanese server doesn't have real-time PvP either right now, so we're not sure if we'll get it here. So you congrats, beat 10 chapters on easy. Should I go through normal now? Okay, like I said, if you're free to play player and you don't mind arena, and you just want tons of gems to pull for units, or just good resources, fodders and stuff, do all the story chapters because it unlocks the storyline quests. But if you want to push for 16 your core team and then make a push for arena for the goodies, then I would suggest rune farming, talent potion farming, fodder farming. How far are we? We're actually super far. we're actually super far in terms of content. We got what? We don't have the collab units, but we have Cain and all these units. So we're actually really far compared to what I thought would be. Because we have the guild dungeons, we have the kind of village and everything. The only thing we don't have right now is guild PvP, but it's saying soon, right? So it's really fast, I think. Because right now guild PvP is still beta for the Japanese server. People do the time space void for the good rewards, but it's so energy consuming, and people get Marduk when you complete, I think, the first 15 levels, but that's it really. Yeah, like Zelkri said, we might be ahead balance wise. So the Japanese units, they might get the same balance we do. Who knows? Joe, is it worth to summon now? Personally, I would say, well, if you have a core team and you're a free-to-play player, you don't have to. But if you really want some units that's you think gonna help you push content, then summon. Spend money. You should get the daily packs, right? So this is really good, I think. The daily packs, and you should get the rank packs, at least beginner. The fodder is super good, and maybe even expert, but beginner for sure, right? Beginner for sure. I'll claim it later, but I think there's also some decent packs in the expert selection. So I bought some, but this might be worth it if you're hoping to go super competitive. You don't need this because you can get it from guild dungeons, but if you're not in a super high guild, then it might be hard for you to gain. Like the guild has to be active and pushing the guild dungeons for you to get a lot of the emblems, and you have to be farming Advent as well, right? Advent bosses. Don't ever get the rune selector pack, it's trash. Yeah, see, I didn't push story at all, so I have all these things not enabled. Let me check my guild. What do I think of Saya? I think Saya's really good. I played against 1 or 2 in top PvP, and she looks like she's a force to be reckoned with. Let me just double check though. This is May. Oh, yeah, this unit, Esna, is the one that's really good. I don't know why, but she was doing insane damage to me. Which one, Saya? Is this one Saya? No. Oh, we do have Sid. Oh, it's a... Okay, never mind. We can't draw her. She's a Edmund boss. Yeah, Kuro. I mean, it sounded cool, so I went with it. Wait, where is Saya? Am I just missing her? Oh, SR1. Sleepy girl. Oh, okay, let's see. Oh yeah, I did. No, I did see her in an arena. She kind of reminds me of the old Mina, because well, not the revive and the overall kind of all-roundedness, but she does insane damage. 300% ignore defense is really good, right? And it's three target damage and sleep. So this is pretty much like the charm skill of Mina. And yeah, this is all right. But let's see her passive. Yeah, I think she can be pretty decent. But this is like, if you have Mina, I would run Mina over this. Like, maybe this is higher damage than Mina, but single target. So this is like a kind of a weaker version of Saya. I mean Mina. Alright, I'm gonna do one more PvP and I gotta head out. So thank you guys for tuning in. If you have any urgent questions, let me know. Okay, so this again, I think this might be Mary's decent in PvP. If you're lucky, she prevents heals. So again, I think this is another team that we can probably beat, even though, you know, higher team class, so probably better equips, better talents. But there are some glaring mistakes in the team composition. Evil dungeons. Alright, so we know the Ramu doesn't have revive, like passive revive, so she can revive as a kind of a single target. Oh, sorry, as a team revive, so she can revive herself. So we're just gonna push out some damage, and then we're gonna see what Nemesis hits with her S2. Okay, I might actually have to use the heal here. They're doing a lot of damage. Alright, so let's see what Nemesis hits. So 2 Mary and, oh not Mary, Electra and Ramu, which is alright I guess. I kind of really wanted to hit the Nemesis, but I think we can kill, but she's also tank. Okay. Yeah, I did expand my rune slots. Okay, so you see how Ruby here just removed a massive amount of shields. So we killed one. Ramu is gonna go after Ruby and is gonna get who died here? Rebecca back. So I don't want to push more damage on another person. I can remove some debuffs. Okay, that didn't work out. I missed all of them. Okay, so Becca's back, and Ramu's revive is on cooldown. So now our main goal right now is to kill the Becca again, and then kill Nemesis to disable her revive passive. So we can just kill. Let's see who goes first. Ruby, okay, and then Nemesis. Let's burst the Nemesis down. Alright, and then we'll kill the Rebecca. And then we are kind of on a timer against Ramu, so I think we'll kill Ramu next. We can leave Electra. She's just a tank and we can ignore her. And plus she has a reflect damage, so it's really, well, I have to attack her kind of, which is fine for now. Okay, so Ramu has Vanish, I can't do anything. I need Rue to go next so she can remove the Vanish with an AoE attack. Okay, so now we can burst down Ramu. Ramu is super tanky though. Yeah, Mary is DPS with a good S3 that can prevent enemy revives. I think everyone should at least have one unit that counters revives, because it's going to be pretty big in PvP. And yeah, that's game. So we saw again that team had 4,000 points higher than ours, but we knew kind of what to target and how to play around some of the skills. That's why manual has such a big advantage. But same with my team, right? My team on defense, if you knew how like the team composition works with each other and you have specific units to counter it, then it's easy to beat my team as well. Alright, so that's that. Maybe I'll stream later if I have time and come back early, but if not, then thank you guys for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed everything. I'll post up all the VODs, all the recorded segments. So today we talk about Mina, the big three versus the Japanese versions, and also some top PvP action. I'll put it on my YouTube channel, and if you can go there, subscribe, you won't miss out on any of the action. I would go for Mary. Let me double check Esna though. I think I would go for Mary. Yeah, actually, this is the girl that I faced in my climb, I think, to top 10. And there was one Korean, I forgot, I think there was one Korean with a maxed, like 2 purple star, level 60 Esna with passives unlocked, and she was hitting so hard. Actually, I would go for Esna. I would go for Esna if you're lacking a AoE damage dealer. She hits super hard because all her attacks pretty much is like penetration damage. But make sure that you time it. Like enemy has to have debuffs or buffs for the penetration to work. But yeah, I remember her critting super high, and I was like, who is this? So yeah, definitely I'll probably be building one myself later on. But yeah, Esna's good. How about Saya? I think we reviewed her, right? We just talked about her. It was the R. She's like the weaker version of Mina. Alright, okay, sorry guys, I really have to go. Okay, I'll answer a quick question. Is Rue good for PvE? She's decent. She's decent for PvE. Not as good as Deimos or Cain, but she's decent for PvE. She really enables your primary res healer, but she doesn't heal as much as Deimos or Cain.